Good morning. I am back in Pennsylvania now. I just got back last night and I just had breakfast. I had a roast pork bun. Um, I did film that, but I don't know. I might or might not post that, but I want to share something that I feel like could be useful to some people. And it's no, I'm not just talking about the protein. This has been everywhere over the internet. So this is like, if you don't know about this is protein milkshake, and I personally really like the chocolate flavor. Uh, why a protein shake may be helpful to everyone. One, and make sure that you get protein in your diet, which is very important. Part of a balanced diet. Also, um, protein helps you stay full for longer, so it gives you the feeling of fullness. But I'm not just talking about this. I'm talking about this mixed with this. So this is a packet of 12 super grains, kind of crushed into a powder. This specific one has some of the popped rice on top, which is really fun for me, and I like it, and it tastes great. But like, not everyone might like it. But anyway, traditionally, like in Korea, this is, first of all, it's called misugaru. And second of all, I might or might not have pronounced that right. Third, it's traditionally made with either like water or ice water or milk. But on days that I don't know how busy I will be at work, I will mix it into a milkshake, like a protein milkshake. This way I make sure I get my proteins, I get my grains in. Also, it's in a drinkable form, so if you don't feel like chewing, just get the one without the pop rice, and you don't have to even chew. It's good for on the go, or if you're just really busy, you could get some of, like, you could make sure that you could, like, kind of have something in your system, but not, like, sit down to eat it, if that makes sense. Like, I worked in retail before, so during, like, new product launch dates, or holiday season, or, like, special events, it'll be, like, or you're just understaffed, or, like, whatever your situation may be, it could get hectic. So you might not have time to eat, or maybe food you brought wasn't enough or wasn't what you expected. Whatever the situation is, you can have one of these while you're working. Although I advocate for you to take your 15-minute break and your lunch break. Those breaks are there so you can perform better. However, I do realize that there are times where, that doesn't seem very possible to take a full break when you have like a whole task list that is left for you to do. I understand. So for those days, this mixed with this, if you just look up Korean grain powder drink, you should be able to find quite a bit of those online. They do sell it on Amazon, so if you don't have an Asian supermarket or a Korean supermarket near you that sells it, just look on Amazon. Although I don't know if I should be advocating to be purchasing through Amazon. However, because there aren't Asian or Korean supermarkets everywhere, it could be an easier way to get them. I think it's also on Wee, the app, the Asian grocery app, WEEE. So if you want to look through there, that's another option. Korean's called misugaru, and yeah, it tastes pretty good, even in like milk. Like, if you want to just make like a iced milk grain drink, though I do know that doesn't sound like super enticing, but essentially it's almost a little like cereal, kind of, if you think about it. So yeah, that's my thought process. Hopefully this tip was helpful to anyone. If you haven't ate yet, I definitely recommend you eat. You need fuel to keep your body going. And if you're debating on what to eat today and can't decide between two things, I vote for the healthier option. I don't know if that helps. In case you needed someone to sway your opinion one way or the other, I vote healthier option. And yeah, that's it for me. My best friend and I are going to move in a few days. So that's why, like, this is the only view that you are getting, because everything else is kind of messy and chaotic right now. But we are about to move into the new apartment finally, I think this Saturday. We've been, like, it's been 2 of us in her studio, and like it's a not even 1 bedroom, it is a studio essentially. This is actually not a wall, this is the back of a giant wardrobe that whoever rented to her kind of put there to create the idea of like a bedroom. But it's a studio, and both of us have been living here, and I'm just excited for extra space for both of us, each have our own bedrooms, and have a, office that we could both work in, and a living room we could properly eat in. We are gonna go for more like floor furniture style, if you get what I mean. Like, both of us opted for futons this time, because we each have our own back problems that we are currently dealing with and recovering from. And I found that sleeping on a futon is actually a lot better for my back. That was my alarm in case I was not awake yet by now. I set like 6 alarms just in case. It's my first day back, so I'm like getting myself back into the rhythm of things. So yeah, we got futons. I was just gonna move mine over, and for me, I'm gonna put a tatami mat under it so it's more breathable. For her, she opted for, I think it's called Sunoco. I could be very wrong about this, but it's like the wooden form of platform for under the bed. And you could roll it up. So she's getting that. We're getting a kotatsu for the living room. And what a kotatsu is, it's like, imagine a very simple coffee table, right? And the top of the table is removable. And you could put a blanket between the legs and the top of the table, and there's a heated fan underneath. I don't know if I explained that right. But there's like a heated fan with a blanket. You could see pictures of it online if you search kotatsu, and basically it's just beautiful. I've like fallen asleep while sitting at my kotatsu at home and back in New York for like many times unexpectedly. It's just so comfortable. And there's like different heat settings that you could put for the fan, and in the summer you could just not turn the fan on and take the blanket off, or put a light blanket, in between, or a light throw in between, and just have it as like a summer table instead. But yeah, we're opting for more floor furniture. I think that's about it that we're getting furniture wise at first. We're gonna see what we need, and then go from there. And an update that came through today is, I think both of us are finally decided that we want a pet. We want to get a bunny. So that is definitely something we were thinking about, either adopting a bunny, because there's not many bunnies for adoption near where we live, at least not at the moment. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. And then see, we want a Samoyed. Like, a Samoyed is my dream dog, is one of them. I also want a Saint Bernard and a full black coat German Shepherd, and a few other dogs as well. But at the moment, I think the apartment will only allow for us to have either a small dog, a bunny, or a cat, and I'm allergic to cats. So, but yeah, it's kind of like my life updates at the moment. I don't know if this is interesting to anyone. If you want to get boba today, I'm gonna drink this peach green tea. It's from Smo Tea. They're like one of my favorite boba places, but they're not franchised yet, as far as I know. I think there's only one opened, and that is in New Hyde Park in New York. So if you're nearby, definitely go pay them a visit. They have great teas. I actually really enjoy their fruit teas. And so this one is a peach green tea that I brought from them yesterday before I got back. Not sponsored, obviously, but if it wasn't obvious, not sponsored. I just really like their tea. And then, so if you're debating on if you should get boba or not today and what you should drink, my vote is treat yourself. And I'm drinking peach green tea. If you're allergic to peach, don't do it. But if you're not, perhaps. Also, something else helpful that I've been consuming recently that is not food, surprisingly, is I was recommended a manifestation kind of video on YouTube a few weeks ago. I want to say like 2-3 weeks ago. And it's like I've definitely heard of manifestation. I am familiar with the concept. I am not familiar on like the methods, and everything always seemed like so complicated, like when I saw other people do it. So I was just like, I don't know about that. Anyway, long story short, that video really kind of made things simplified and easy for me to understand. I am trying to shift, if anyone's familiar with it, I am trying to shift my mindset from a scarcity mindset of what do I not have to an abundant mindset, which is let me focus on what I do have and welcome abundance and the feeling of abundance into my life. So what I'm grateful for. So if you're going through a difficult time in your life, that in the last few weeks, there's been a rather difficult event happen in my family in the last few weeks. But I did realize that video found me at just the right time and helps me through it. So I definitely recommend, just take a look. It could help, it could help you in life, so why not? And the video is free. You don't have to pay for it. You just need to watch it. And so, yeah, there's a lot of free videos on YouTube about manifestation. Find one that speaks to you, because I feel like it could help. But yeah, those are just things in the last few weeks that have helped my life, or I felt like could help someone out there, anyone that it might resonate with. Just putting that out there. Today, I am grateful for the delicious roast pork bun that I had. If you're curious about it, I can film a video in the future about it. It's like these golden pork buns that are filled with it tastes similar, if you had chashao, it's chashao in it. But if you aren't familiar with chashao, it's if you've ever been to a Chinese, this is not the right way to put it, but if you've ever been to a Chinese takeout restaurant and you've had boneless barbecue spare ribs, imagine that in the fluffiest, softest, plushiest bun, and it's that, and it's such a comforting bite, and it was very flavorful. It was great. It was from one of the bakeries that I previously filmed in a previous video called Taipan Bakery, and they are franchised. They are in many, many, many places. I think, at least in New York, they're in many places. I don't know about outside New York though. But if you're in New York, they're only $2.50 for a pretty decent sized bun. And I feel like one bun could be enough for certain people. If it's not enough for you, they have a variety of other things, and you could get another bun and resolve lunch for under $10 for 2 people, But yeah, I'm grateful for delicious pork buns. I'm grateful for getting here safely. I'm grateful for the peach green tea and for the protein drink and my beautiful tumbler that I got because, hear me out, I know I have another one, but the other one is 40 ounces. So it's a little taller than this one, and it exactly hits something on my car that prevents it from staying still there. For not staying still, but prevents it from working in my car. That's the only reason why I bought a second one. I will keep the other tumbler for home use, and this will be for whenever I go out or whenever I go back to New York. I could use this one in New York. But I'm limiting myself to 2 tumblers with handles. If family sees this, or friends see this, please don't give me another one. We're trying 2 is more than enough. 2 is more than abundant for me, at least. The more things I have, the more things I have to keep track of, and the more things I have to wash, and that honestly just to me personally just sounds like a lot of work that I don't want to do. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm grateful for a lot of other things too. I'm grateful for the new apartment we're gonna move into. I'm grateful for the new bunny that we might get. Grateful for lots of things. I'm grateful for anyone still watching at this point. Like, truly very grateful. YouTube is something I want to pursue more professionally, and I hope and I want to be successful at. So I will try to find more things of value to share. And I do hope something in this video benefited you one way or another. All right, I'm gonna go before my phone freaks out and another alarm rings. But I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have an abundant day full of good things. And I will check back in eventually.